Hey everybody, welcome to my page. I'm new, so forgive me if I'm a little nervous and I get tongue-tied and something don't come out right. I apologize. Um, this is called Backroad Designs. I do assortment of things from little crafts, homemade things, to hats, cups, shirts, hoodies, magnets for your car, decals for your car, anything like that. Anyway, so today we're going to make a baby shower, diaper, helium balloon centerpiece type thing. Um, First, let me say that I am an Amazon affiliate, so anything that's linked in the comments for supplies, I may be able to get a commission off of it if you click on it and you actually order it. Feel free to do so if you prefer, but it's not necessary. Um, if you do, I appreciate it, but don't feel obligated. Okay, this is my first time doing a live video where I'm crafting, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be some mix-ups or oopsies that don't go right, but just hang in there with me, and I'm going to try my best to make this as short as I can, because I know personally how if I'm watching somebody do something, I want you to get to it. I don't want an hour-long video for a craft that I want to do. So I have pre-made some of the stuff and pre-done what I could so that I can make this a little shorter for you. This particular piece is going to be not only a centerpiece, but it's going to be the centerpiece as well as a gift. So the supplies that I have included are things that can be used for the baby. Lotions, baby oil, baby powder, stuff like that. As well, of course, as the diapers that you're using. You don't have to put all that stuff in there. That's just my personal preference because this is for her actual baby shower. So let's get started. Okay, so supplies that you're going to need, your basic supplies. You're going to need a hot gun and glue sticks. You're going to need a pair of scissors. So what I'm using for my basket on my helium balloon is just this metal chicken wire frame basket that I got from Walmart on sale. I think I gave like $5 for it. I do not know the dimensions of this particular basket. Now I have seen people use the little Dollar Tree boxes that you can get that's got a lid on it. Of course you don't need the lid. They'll wrap it with fabric and they'll use that, or just a little square plastic container, anything that you can find that you have on hand or that you think you might like, you can use. It does not have to be exactly what I use. Okay, so this is the basket I'm using. All right, for the I don't know what you call it, I guess the strings that's supposed to be attaching the balloon, I actually have these plastic balloon sticks. Now these are made that it has a little stopper like thing that goes on it that connects to a regular balloon, and then you stick it in the ground or whatever and it holds the balloon up instead of using helium. Now you do not have to use these. You can use wooden dowels. You can use anything that you can think of. It can be used as long as it can hold that balloon up. Okay, I'm using zip ties to connect those balloon sticks. I did get a paper lantern. This one is a 20-inch. You could probably get by with maybe a 12 or 14-inch. I wasn't sure. The lady I watched had a 20-inch, so, and my basket I think is bigger than hers, so I went ahead and got a 20-inch. I'm not sure, but it may be a little too big, but it'll still do the trick. It'll still make it look good. All right, so you need some ribbons. So this is for a little girl. So I've got the hot pink with the polka dots. And then I got the solid hot pink, which is what I'm going to wrap the balloon sticks with. And then I have the light pink that I'm going to put on the balloon itself. All right, you're going to need some kind of clear elastics. I got these at Walmart. This one particular set has 3 different sizes in it. So you're going to need some of those for the diapers. I've got some white curling ribbon. Let's see. Okay, I got this hot pink tulle that we're going to make a topper for the balloon, so it's just not blah. You're going to need some double-sided tape. Of course, you're going to need diapers. The size I got, I want to say is well, I don't see the size. I think it's a 3. You can use any size you want, but I'm going to use a 3. I did order her some other diapers in smaller sizes, but you know, kids grow pretty quickly, so she'll be able to use them. They'll come in handy for her, but I did use a size 3. Okay, let's see. I've got the supplies to put in the basket, which are, you know, little stuff like baby lotion and baby oil. This is shampoo and wash. Baby powders. And of course you have to make it a little cute. So I got this little stuffed animal, a little Care Bear. This is actually the Togetherness Bear. I thought was extra cute. And it suited my niece perfectly. Okay, I think that is it as far as supplies. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so first let me say, if it gets loud in the background, I apologize. It is loud here with the traffic because we're really close to the road, so you'll hear trucks and stuff coming by. You'll also hear my air conditioner crank up because it's pretty warm today. And you're likely to hear my little kitten going crazy. He likes to play with anything and everything he can, especially when he's not supposed to. So those are things you may hear in the background, and I apologize. All right, so let's get started. All right, so the first thing I did, I went ahead and done 3 of my 4 corners. So the first thing I did was I took a small zip tie. And it don't got to be perfect, but, you know, I try to line it up. Try to turn it so y'all can see. This will kind of be backwards for me, so y'all be patient with me, please. So you just, this first zip tie I actually use as a leverage. I'm going to say leverage. I don't know exactly what it's called. But anyway, I use it to actually sit the balloon stick itself on to keep it from sliding. Just a little extra precaution. You don't have to do that. I did, but you don't have to. Now, the ones that I watched actually didn't use zip ties at all. With the material they were using, they hot glued theirs into the corners. But with this particular basket, it just seemed easier to use zip ties. So I'm going to turn the little thing where I cut the zip tie, you know, the little head of it, to the inside. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Now, the second thing is I'm going to take this solid white balloon stick and I'm going to put the hot pink ribbon around it so that it gives it a little more color, a little more festive looking. So all I did was I took my skinny white ribbon. Now y'all can use any color you want. Like I said, this is for my niece and her first baby. So I'm going to put just a dab of hot glue on the very end. And then I'm going to start on the end of this. And I'm going to kind of angle it just a tad. Be careful, the hot glue is hot. I really should use my little finger protectors, but you know, I forgot to bring them in. All right, so once you get that attached to the end, just go down the thing. It don't got to be perfect. They don't got to be a certain amount of space in between. I'll go down a little bit, and then I'm going to add another dot of hot glue just as a precaution, just to keep it from sliding and getting too far out of whack. So then I'll go down more. Now, the way I'm doing this, I probably could have not used as much of this ribbon and went all the way to the end because it's going to go inside the balloon. So I may wind up having to cut it. I don't know. That's going to be a trial and error thing. So y'all hang in there with me. If I can't see it through the balloon too much, I might just leave it. Just depends. And then again, I might cut it. Well, I'll see. But that glue right there that you're adding extra glue to, that's going to help. Because if you do have to cut it, then that's going to help not have to worry about it unraveling all the way on you because you got a little bit of glue there to catch it. Alright, so when I get to the end, I'm going to put another dab of hot glue on the end of my ribbon. So be careful. It's going to be hot. So you're just going to stick it to the end. Don't got to be perfect. Don't got to be beautiful. Just got to stick. These sticks, the ends are not going to be seen. One end is going to be down in your basket. The other end is going to be up in the balloon. So it's not going to be seen. And I don't know about everybody else, but I'm not really a perfectionist. I just try to make it look as good as I can. Because when I try to make it look perfect, I always mess up something. So I've learned my lesson on that. Alright, so we're going to take this and we're going to sit it on the head of that zip tie. We're going to take another zip tie. We're going to put it through here. Alright, y'all. I'm not very coordinated, so I'm going to have to get this started first. So I'm actually going to add 2 more zip ties. It may be over, maybe too many. Maybe going overboard with it, but I like to know that it's not going anywhere. Especially since I have to put this in the car and drive it about an hour and a half away. I prefer it not to fall apart on me. Alright, so I put my zip ties on there. I don't know if you can see. They don't got to be perfect. Like I said, these are not going to be seen. So now I'm just going to stick my balloon stick down in there. And rest it on that head of that first zip tie we put on. Then I'm going to tighten them up. I'm going to take my snippers and snip off the ends. Y'all, please, like I said, I am new, so I have no subscribers or likes or anything like that. I am trying to get this started. So if you don't mind, would you please go and like and subscribe to my page, please? I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to keep my trash all together so there's not everywhere when I'm done. Alright, so now we got that on. I always like to twist those zip ties so the head's not sticking straight out. Just enough to, get it out of the way so that when I pick it up or somebody else picks it up, they're not scratching themselves with it. Alright, so that's pretty sturdy. It ain't going nowhere. Alright, so after you put all 4 of your balloon sticks on there, just set this to the side. I have went ahead and put this on here, but I'm going to put another one on, so I'll show you how I've done that. It's kind of difficult. You have to fight with it, but it's worth it. Alright, so you're going to set this to the side. You got your basket done. Alright, so then you're going to take your paper lantern. Like I said, this is a 20 inch, so it is fairly big. So if I get out of the picture, y'all, I apologize. Like I said, it's fairly big. Alright, so, and I did realize when I was putting my pink ribbons on that I did not have enough ribbon, and this was a whole roll of ribbon. So I had to adjust it. So, because my original goal was to go down these seams. I don't know if you can see it here, but there's seams on your balloons. So my original goal was to go down each seam with the ribbon to kind of make it look a little better. But I didn't have enough, so I had to go down. I skipped one, so I went down every other one. So I put them all on but one. This can be a little tricky because the balloon does not want to stay where you want it to 90% of the time. Alright, so the first thing I done was I took my ribbon and I'm just going to put a dab of glue on the very end. just a dab. You don't need a whole lot. It sticks. Well, I don't know what kind of glue everybody else is using, but I have found when I'm doing my projects that Gorilla Glue is the best. You don't got to worry about that coming off. Alright, so you just go to the top and you're just going to put it over the top inside the balloon. So the part that's got the glue is going to actually go on the seam inside the balloon. And you just hold it there for a second and let it adhere and dry a few seconds. So as you can see, it's inside the balloon. It's just connected on the inside. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put a dab right here at the very edge to connect it to the outside edge. Then I'm going to go around with it. Now, when I go around, I am going to stop probably a couple places and put just a small dab of glue on it. Like I said, just as reinforcements. Now, when you put the small dab of glue on down the seam part for the reinforcements, don't put a lot, and make sure that there's no pressure on your lantern when you do it, because you don't want it to be, you don't want to pull this too tight, and you don't want the lantern to be squished down, because then when after you let go, it's going to pop it up, and it's probably going to pop off your ribbon. All right, so I'm just going to go down just a little bit. I'm hoping y'all can see this good enough. If not, I do apologize. And I'm trying to explain it so that if you don't, that you can understand what I'm saying. So I'm just going to go down just a little bit. And I put it on the actual metal ring I put the glue on the metal ring to give a little extra to hold it to, you know. So that when I put just a slight bit of pressure to bond it, I'm not putting my finger through the paper itself, because you know that stuff is thin. Alright, so I'm going to go down a little more. And this is optional. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. But I like to do this for the, like I said, the extra support, as well as it kind of keeps it on track with that seam. Because, you know, sometimes if you go all the way around and then glue it at the bottom and you glue it at the top, you take a chance of it getting off, and then you have to keep adjusting it to make it go back to that seam, which it would probably look cute either way. But it's just a little extra measure, I think. You do not have to, in no means. You do not have to even put this ribbon on here. It's just a decoration type thing that I thought was cute. You can go the opposite way and you can make the ribbon go down and up, you know, like a hot air balloon design. If you want. This is something that you make to suit you. Alright, so when I get to the end, I'm going to take my hot glue gun again and I'm going to put another dab on the other end of my ribbon. Like I said, make sure you don't got a lot of pressure on it at this point. Don't pull your ribbon too tight. I would rather it be a little loose than too tight and come popping off. So you just wrap it around the end here inside your balloon, and you connect it and bond it to the inside. Be careful because it is hot. Alright. So when I get that done, I take my glue gun once more and I'm going to put another dab on the outside at the end. That way if something, for some reason it is pulling or whatever, it's not putting as much pressure on that one little section. A little extra protection. And you know, if you use hot glue a lot, you'll know that you're going to have these little strings of hot glue everywhere. So, you know, you just pull them off. Alright. So, there's the ribbon around my balloon. Alright, so the way I'm doing it, I'm going to use the small end as the top, because this is not going to be hanging anywhere. You know, it's designed to hang up. This one is actually designed to hang up and put a light in it. But I don't need that. So I'm going to use the small end for the top, because the bottom end is obviously bigger. The opening is bigger. And I'm hoping that that will look better trying to get my sticks to go up into versus this small end. Now, one lady I watched did put her sticks on the outside, I didn't really like that as much, but if we have to, we will. But I want to try and put it on the inside to see how it does. So this small end right here, we're going to take the tool, okay? And I didn't measure it because, you know, it's pretty much perfect, as you can see. It's the end. So we're just going to take that and we're just going to make a top. So we're going to set the lantern to the side. I originally wanted to go with all light pink, but I didn't have all light pink supplies. So sometimes you have to mix it. Alright, so we're going to take this tool. No, that's not going to work right. Alright, so we are going to measure it. I told you I would mess up, didn't I? Okay, so we're going to measure this hole. I got a little ruler here. So you're just going to put it from one end of the hole to the other. And looks like this is about 5.5. Yeah, about 5.5. So now this may not work, y'all. I haven't tried, so we're about to find out. If it don't work, we just won't put the top on there. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your tool. I'm probably going to go just a little tad over 5.5 because I don't mind it hanging over a little bit. Alright, so you're going to take your tool and you're going to bunch it up. Hot glue, y'all. Alright, and you're going to measure down to 5.5. I'm probably just going to go ahead and do a 6. Alright. So you're going to measure down 6 inches. And right there where you measured 6, you're just going to fold it. And then you're going to fold it again. And this is all preference. So you can fold it as many times as you like, or as little as you like, whatever, it's your preference. It depends on how thick you want this to look at the top. If you want it to look thin and not be as thick, 2 or 3 times is fine. Not really counting. I'm actually just going to fold it until I feel like that's the thickness and amount that I want. So you just keep folding. Because what we're going to do is when we cut it, we're going to put one of these clear elastics in the middle and we're going to cut these and we're going to fan it out. So you just keep going as many times as you like. Like I said, this may not work. I did watch a lady do this, but sometimes when I try things for the first time, it don't work right. I have to practice. So I'm hoping that this will work and we will be able to use it just like this. I won't be surprised if it don't, but we're gonna try it. Alright, like I said, I want mine full, really full. Now the lady I watched also had the longer. This is, I think, 5.5 or 6 inches wide. She had the probably 10-inch wide tool, so she probably didn't have to use as much, which is okay. I just used what I had. Like I said, I do all kinds of different crafts. I just now was talked into starting to make the videos on them. Alright, so I think that'll be alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it. And I'm just going to estimate what the middle is. But then I'm going to take this elastic. Well, actually, I'm going to try and make sure I put it in the middle. So just bend it over to meet. And just do your best to get it in the middle if you want. I don't even know if it really matters, to be honest with you. But we're going to try. Alright. So put your elastic on there. And I'm going to tell you, that's a lot easier than using twine or ribbon or some kind of tie. That elastic made it a lot easier. Alright, so then you have this, okay? Looks pretty even to me. So then you're just gonna go in and find your middle. From your loops that you just made. And from experience from messing with this stuff, I'm going to tell you, I'm probably going to miss a loop or two, but that's okay. You can always go back and get it. So you just find your try and find the middle, right? So then you're going to take your scissors. You're going to put it through the middle. Just cut them all at once. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to try and shape it up a little bit when we get it done. So then you go from your loops to this. Okay? So then we're going to go to this side, do the same thing. And I know that y'all could probably find more experienced crafters on here to watch. So I appreciate you watching. But you know what? Everybody had to start somewhere. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. It's not something I'm going to get in a big uproar over. Alright, so we're going to do this the same way. Now you cut straight across. Alright. And I'm surprised that I did not miss any. There's the first time for everything, yeah. Alright, so then I'm just going to go and I'm just going to kind of spread it out a little bit. Not got to be perfect. Just try to make some so just fluff it the best you can, as much as you want. Alright, as you can see, this is not a circle. It don't have to be. Now, if you don't like the way this looks with, you know, different ones, because after you fluff it, some do move, so they're not exactly even. And they're not exactly even when you cut them. But, to me, it looks pretty good. And it satisfies me. But I am going to cut, like this side right here is longer. So I'm going to cut, like try and trim it up a little bit. And this side also, I'm going to try and shape it just a little. Because, honestly, to me, it looks fine. But I am a little pickier sometimes, so I do want to try and shape it just a little. Okay? If it's okay for you, use it the way it is. And it don't got to be perfect because this is a tool, so you're not going to be able to see those imperfections much. You might see a little bit, but in the long run, you're not going to be able to see a lot of it. And I've actually made bows just like this. But it was a little bit harder because I had to use a ribbon to tie around it. I wish I knew then about the elastic trick. So you just fluff it as much or as little as you want. That's all a preference, y'all. All a preference. Everybody's got their own opinion. Everybody's got their own preference. If it suits you, that's all that matters. Alright. So after you do that, get your lantern back. Okay. Try not to get out of your frame. Oh, got the right side. So we want the little side, right? Alright, now this is where your double-sided tape is going to come in handy. I know I showed it to y'all and I laid it back over here, but let's get this out of the way. Oh, there it is. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're just going to take a few strips and just put it across here. Now, I made that way too long. Here comes my daughter. So you're just going to put some strips across here. No particular place, you know, just stick it on there. Those balloons are, those lanterns are hard to control sometimes. Alright, so we're going to put another strip on here. Well, I said I was. Tried to run away from him. And I don't know how many strips you're supposed to put on there. I'm just going to put 3, maybe 4. I don't know yet. We'll see what 3 looks like. It's just another one of those preference things. I've personally never used double-sided tape. So I'm not sure how good it's going to work. But this is what the lady that I watched used. So that's what I got. And I'll show you before I put the thing down. Alright, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not, but we'll see. So I just got 3 strips. Not going to be perfect, you're going to be able to see it. So then I'm just going to take the top and push it down. I don't really know how to do this part, y'all. I feel like my balloon moves too much. Alright. I'm going to put my hand in here so I can push it on there because I feel like I'm not doing a very good job of getting it on. So there's the top. I got to adjust that side to make it stick. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave that or not. We'll just have to wait to see what the end result looks like. It's not real bad, but I'm not 100% sure I like it yet. But, alright. So let's put this to the side. Alright, now, and then get your basket back. Alright, so I've already got one rubber band on here. So I'm going to put another rubber band. Of course, you already know I'm going to say it as added protection. Because it is a tight squeeze. And this chicken wire may or may not cause that rubber band to break. So we're just gonna, I'm actually gonna put 3 on here because of the fact that it is chicken wire and I'm gonna be stretching it quite a bit. And if one breaks, I want to have a little extra protection so that all my diapers don't come flying off after we work so hard to put them on there. So I'm going to try to move them up a little bit. Alright, so where these rubber bands are, don't worry, it's going to be covered. That's what the big ribbon is for. I may have to adjust a little more to put it where I need it after we start putting the diapers on. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to put at least 3 on here. This can be a little tricky. I'm going to be honest, these last 2 went on a lot better than that first one did when I put it on. Now, I know they make bigger rubber bands. I know. I know that You can get thicker rubber bands, wider rubber bands, but this is just what I had. I'm on a budget, so I try to use what I have on hand as much as possible. So I didn't go crazy and try to buy a whole bunch of stuff that I really didn't need. Alright, so I'm just trying to eyeball where exactly I want these to sit. And I may have to adjust them again after we get it all put together. Alright, so after you get your rubber band on, push it back to the side again. Alright, so now you're going to take your diapers. Like I said, I bought a size 3. You can use any size you want. I just felt like I would probably use less, and they would take, be a much fuller basket looking thing if they were a little bigger. Now, if you use the preemie, you probably can, but it's probably not going to cover as much space. These are not going to cover top to bottom, which is okay because I personally like the design of my basket on the bottom, so I'm going to leave that showing. The lady I watched that done the plastic one, she put her diapers up top, but instead of leaving the bottom of her plastic thing showing, which I don't blame her, it was just a plain white basket, she took the wide burlap ribbon and put a thing around the bottom to cover it. And it looked really cute, but I didn't have that kind of basket. And I like this. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your diaper. It does not matter which side you fold. You can fold it in at the front, or you can fold it in at the back, or you can fold it this way. I didn't really like the way it looked when I folded it this way. It was like too much. So I folded the opening part, or rolled, not folded, sorry. And I tried to do them all the same direction so they kind of have some kind of uniformity to it. I don't know if I said that right. I apologize. Anyway, so I rolled from the front side. So I took the front, I laid it down, and I just done a tight roll. You can do tight, you can do loose, don't matter, as long as it's rolled. And then I take the clear elastics, and I did use clear because it can't be seen. If you do not have clear and you cannot find clear, you can use whatever color you want. Just make sure you line it up with this rubber band so that when you put the ribbon around it, it will hide that color. So you just take them and roll them. Just lay that right there. Like I said, take it from the top, you just do a tight roll. Put your elastic on. It's that simple. I don't know how many I'm going to need. Sadie, sorry. My daughter let her dog out and she's at the back door barking. She sees anybody, she thinks she's got to bark. She's very protective. Wouldn't bite a fly, but she's very protective. Alright, so you do your diapers. Alright, I don't know how many I'm going to need because I've never done it. So, I've got a few done. It may be too many, it may not be enough. I don't know, we'll see. So first, you're just going to take it. Make up my mind which end I want to use. I don't really guess it matters. Alright, so you're just going to take it. You're going to pull your rubber band out. Slide your diaper in. Now, I am going to tell you, if you use this kind of basket, it is going to be a harder process because it ain't no sliding to it. It keeps getting caught on the thing. That's okay. It's okay. So you just go all the way around your basket. And I want to try, I can't see from this side, so I'll adjust it as I go. I want it to be kind of even at the top. I don't want the wires showing, so I'm probably going to have to go up with these a tad. The bottom I do want showing. The top, not necessarily. I don't really guess it matters that much, but I'm probably going to try and keep that top thing covered. So you're going to go all the way around your basket like this. that middle seemed like it went in better because it's not as tight. But I know it's probably going to be. Don't worry about the fact that they're not even. Get them in there and then you can straighten them up. Sorry, it's taking so long to do this. Told you, this is a first time for me, so this is a learning experience for me as well. I don't like the way that diaper looks. Turn it so that this part where it connects together, the gap right here was out, and I like the way it looks better without the gap. Personal preference, y'all. I guess it probably don't matter, but I just like the way it looks better without that meeting part at the front. So what you're going to do is you're going to go all the way around your basket like this, okay? Now, I did not purchase a whole lot of extra decorations to go on this. I do have a few that I'm going to try, but I don't know. It's just a maybe type thing. I don't know. We'll see how it does. See how it looks. See if I feel like I need anything extra on it. And like I said, as far as your contents in the basket, it's whatever you want to put in there. If you want to put nothing but diapers in there and maybe a pack of wipes, that's fine. Whatever you want. It's your basket. It's whatever you like, no matter what everybody else likes. Alright, and actually I want to try something. Trying to figure out whether I actually like my diaper being kind of middle ways down instead of all the way to the top or not. Because I kind of like that. I'll put a few more on here. Let me see what this side looks like and let me decide which one I want to do. Looks good either way, to be honest with y'all. So I don't know which one I want. I'll go ahead and move it up since that's what I started. Anyway, y'all make sure you go and like and subscribe. And I hope the more things that I do, the better I'll get. The better I'll get at explaining, the better I'll get at actually doing on live or on video, because I'm not used to that. So I'm hoping, like I said, the more I do, the better I'll be. This corner is what's gonna be the hardest part. I do believe I might go back and roll a couple diapers tighter than this to make them go in the corners. We'll see. First, let's get this done. It's taking me forever, I know. And I apologize. Try and speed up a little bit. If you have any questions as to what I'm doing or what I can do or what is questions on the supplies that I use, where I get them. Any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I am new to the YouTube thing, so be patient with me. I promise, as soon as I see that I have something, I will reply. Like I said, I'm not used to this. I did used to sell jewelry, and I've done live shows, but that was on Facebook. So I'm not used to this whole YouTube thing. I don't know how it works. I'm just learning, and I'm hoping that I can make a go of it. I have medical issues that do not allow me to go out and work anymore. So I'm trying my best to help my husband with money. I know some of y'all think, okay, well, you need to do something different. If you have suggestions, please let me know. I'm up for trying anything. I am not too good to go out and work. I've worked since I was 14 years old up until 2019. Not above it. It's just things happen sometimes. So, hoping I can get this YouTube thing and this Amazon affiliate thing to help out and start paying off. And I just started the Amazon affiliate thing, so I don't know if it's going to work. I have to have so many sales directed to the Amazon thing to even be considered a candidate to be paid. So I don't know. It's just one of those, we have to wait and find out type things, which is aggravating. But you know, it is what it is. But anyway, if you don't mind, I would greatly appreciate a follow and a like. And I hope if you try this, that you will send me a picture. Send me a picture on my thing. Show me what yours turned out like. I love to see things like that. I am a very down home, easygoing type person, so don't feel like you're bothering me. Don't feel like you can't talk to me, because you can. And like I said, if I don't reply right away, it's not because I'm trying to be ugly. It's because I just ain't figured out how. Or, yeah, pretty much I ain't figured out how, or how it works. But as soon as I do, I would definitely get back to you. I am not one of these people that do not communicate or do not feel like I'm better than anybody else. Let me put it that way. Because I'm not. In my eyes, everybody's just equal. There may be people out there that have more than me, and that's good. Get out from there. Sorry, kitty cat tried to take the lantern away. That's good for them if they do have more. I mean, I'm proud. That's good. They should be proud. But that don't make them better. Makes them blessed. Everybody's blessed in their own ways, in my opinion. And I hope nothing I've said offends any of you, because it's not meant that way. In no way would it be meant to offend or anything like that. Alright, y'all. So here's what the sides look like right now. As you can see, the corners need something. Okay, it's not perfect, it's not perfectly even, but I'm happy with it. As long as I can somehow get another diaper to fit in these corners because it's a very tight fit with this rubber band that I have. And I'm even considering putting another rubber band over top after I get them on here. I'm not sure yet. So I'm gonna undo this one and see if I can roll it tighter. My kitty cat, y'all. He thinks he's got to be into everything. It's one of those, he's so loving until he's playing and then he's into everything. It's a tight squeeze. That's not too bad. Alright, so what do you think? Oh yeah, that looks a lot better than that. Yeah, I like that better. Alright, so I need 3 more like that. So just take my diaper and I'm going to try and do a really tight roll compared to those others. I kind of rolled them tight, but not extremely tight. Like I wasn't trying to roll them real tight. I don't like that one. That was too big. Alright, so I know I told you I was going to try to make this thing short, but it seems like this makes it longer, don't it? I apologize for that. Couldn't do but so much with the diapers. I don't know, I might could have gone ahead and put them on here. I didn't think about that. So I apologize for that. I thought I did the most I could do freehand. I thought I'd done it all. I didn't think about doing the diapers like that as well, so I apologize. Lesson learned. We have 2 more corners to do. Alright, so decoration wise, you can put anything on here you want. Any way you want. It's your preference. If you like a lot of decorations, put a lot on here. If you like it simple, which is usually me, I'm more of a simple type person. I've got to have a lot, just enough to bring out the color, you know. I don't have to have a lot. And some of the ones that I watched had the simple ones, and then some of the ones I watched, they had all kinds of what I call bling, to bling it up, to make it look cute, and that's fine. It was definitely cute, but I'm not sure if that's my cup of tea. Okay, so I did see on one where she made some little look like supposed to be like the sandbags that hold your balloon down, you know. I thought about doing that, but I thought it's cute, but it's one of those I would have to do ahead of time and make sure I had the right size and stuff like that, because that's going to make the video even longer with me trying to figure out what size I needed and what size to cut and stuffing them, and you know, and I thought that's just too much. Now, as you know, I told you this is going for my niece's baby shower. Well, this one right here don't want to go in, y'all. I went one on rubber bands. I do have some extra baby shower decorations that I'm thinking I might add to this. I'm not 100% sure. So that's just a maybe type thing right now. Now y'all see why I added them extra rubber bands? Better safe than sorry. I think I got one over there that I came on a package yesterday that I might can actually use as a back up as well. If I can get this one off that just broke. Wrapped around the other two, and I ain't trying to pull and break those as well. So we're just gonna snip the one that's broke. Alright. So, what do you think? Yeah? Does it look okay? I'm also one of those people that I'm open to suggestions, so if you watch this and you see something that I did that you know could have been easier, shoot me a text. You know, shoot me a comment, tell me, hey, the next time you do something like that, if you do it like this, I found that it's easier. You might want to give it a try. I'm fine with that. I would love that, actually. That would make me happy. Because, like I said, when I do these things, guess what? I go on YouTube and I find somebody else that's already done it. So just like you're doing, just like you're watching me, I go on up there and watch other people. When I find something that I like, and you know, like this, I was doing my niece's baby shower, so I needed ideas, and I was thinking, you know, something different that my family personally has never done before, and this was something. Now I did make for my son and his wife, I made a motorcycle diaper thing, and it turned out fairly decent. It was pretty cute. But I didn't want to do the same thing for her. She's in the Army, and this is her first little girl, and I didn't feel like a motorcycle was exactly what she wanted. So I figured I'd do something different. I know this doesn't have nothing to do with the Army, and they were having a little boy. So just to me, that was more appropriate for that family than this would be. And I just bent my little stick. Y'all see that? Not paying a bit of attention. Oh. Okay. I thought I messed it up. But I didn't. I told y'all they'd be whoopsies, didn't I? At least I was honest. Alright. So, now that we got the diapers on and a little extra support there, what do you think? I think it's going to be cute. So before we add the top, I'm going to go ahead and add the ribbon around this, because I'm going to be honest, I want to do all the decorating to the basket that I can, or that I'm going to do before I put that balloon on there, and it makes it harder to navigate. So I'm just going to take my ribbon I ain't gonna do nothing but just connect it around the outside of that rubber band. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember how she connected hers. I think with a dab of hot glue will be just fine on the back side. Even though it all looks the same, I'm gonna figure out which side I want to be the back and which side I want to be the front before I put this ribbon on. I think I like this side better, so I'm going to use this side as the back. Alright. So, basically, what you're going to do is you're going to find you a spot to start. And you don't want to pull this too tight. Or at least I wouldn't think you would want to pull it too tight. And I may go up with it. I don't know yet. And just in case y'all haven't noticed yet, I'm very uncoordinated with my hands. Like you would think somebody that uses their hands to make stuff all the time would be a little more coordinated. And it's aggravating sometimes, I ain't gonna lie. So I'm trying to get it so that I can come all the way around with it tight-ish before I cut it. Alright, so you can come on around. Now I just got to tuck down the rubber band to hold it there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust it. I think I'm gonna bring it on up, bring that rubber band up so that some of the bottom of the diapers are showing. But I can go ahead and cut my ribbon now that I know exactly what size I need. Alright, so first let me go see if I can't come with this rubber band without bringing my diapers down. Anyway, like I said, y'all leave me a comment if there's any questions you have. Anything you want to know, any suggestions, always open to suggestions. Please subscribe and spread the word. If you have friends, family, anything like that like to craft, send them my way. And I don't do a lot, but I mean, sometimes I do, but I just now started, so I haven't got, this will be my very first video on there. So, actually I'm gonna put some double-sided tape on this until I get it where I want it, then I'll hot glue it. So I'm just going to, I'm just gonna put it on the back side of my ribbon, and I'm gonna stick it. Well, I said it was, I don't want to stick to it. I'm just gonna stick it right on that rubber band, just to hold it in place until I go all the way around. And I forgot what I was saying. I apologize for that. And now that I think about it, that double-sided tape could come in handy too if you want to add a piece to maybe each side as a security type thing, and I think I will. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a small piece, just a little chunk. I don't know if y'all can see that, just a little chunk. And I'm going to put it on my back side of my ribbon for this side over here. So I just stuck it straight to the diaper or the rubber band, either one, whichever's there. So I'm gonna do that on each side. That's just gonna add a little bit of security so that it don't come flopping down during my transport. Okay. See, I've done the same stuff. That's a little crooked, ain't it? So I'm gonna do one on this side. And then when I get back to the back side where it connects, I'm going to put a dot of glue. Now see that, this, with the double-sided tape thing right here, that's just a suggestion. I have not seen that anywhere else. I just thought about it while I was trying to put it up there and it not wanting to stay. Alright, so once I get back to the other side, I'm going to take my glue gun, and on the back side of my ribbon, I'm just going to make just a strip. I don't know if you can see that or not. And I'm going to connect it. Yeah, nothing is wanting to stay. That double-sided tape might not have been a good idea after all. I wouldn't suggest putting hot glue instead of double-sided tape, because then, you know, that kind of, well, it might not mess up the diaper, but it might melt you rubber band. Okay, so y'all can see that that's not straight, so I'm gonna have to, but that's because I have that tape on there. So I'll have to do something about that. But it don't got to be. It don't got to be perfect. But that's a little too much for me, for that front side especially. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to add another piece behind it on the other side. And it's not going to look straight either because the diapers are not 100% even. because you know, once you roll them, if you don't roll them up exactly even, then they're gonna have that where it like wants to come up like this one, like it's coming out the top. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Oh yeah, so like this one is longer, and then this one's shorter. But I'm scared to mess with it too much because to me this is okay. I'll tell you what, at the end, I don't got them with me, so I might do it after I get off here, but I'm thinking about, for this ribbon, because the double-sided tape is not working that good, if you got straight pins, like I have straight pins that's just no head on it, I might add a straight pin stuck through the diaper, through the ribbon, through the diaper to hold it in place, like maybe 3 or 4 of them, and that's what I had to do with the little motorcycle thing that I made my son. And I just warned them ahead of time, you know, when you take this apart, make sure the grandbaby is not around. My granddaughter, she's 4 and she likes to mess with things she probably shouldn't. So I had to make sure to tell them, you know, make sure she's not around, because if you drop one of these or she gets them, she's going to get hurt. So, you know, just warn them. Alright, so there you go. That's the ribbon on them. Alright, so I'm going to add this balloon. Sorry, I was thinking. I'm still not sure about this top on this balloon. I may wind up taking that off because I'm not being too fond of it right now. Alright, so with the top, this would probably be easier if you had 2 people. So I'm basically just going to stick these inside this hole for now. That's the good thing about having the balloon sticks instead, and my light at first hitting it. I was trying to figure out what went on. I don't like the way that looks. Yeah, I'm not liking that. So yeah, that's not gonna work for me. I don't like that. Alright, so the other lady I watched, instead of putting it in, she took and put them on the outside. But with that, my balloon sticks, I had to think of what they were called, are really flimsy. So that would probably be better for the wooden dowels if we have those, which we do not. So how are we gonna do this? Let me think. Not really liking the way it looks on the inside. And I feel like that's not going to hold it. Even though I'm going to put hot glue there, I just don't feel like it's going to hold it. Alright. So put this back to the side just a second. I told y'all this is a trial and error. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and attach one of these zip ties so that when we put it on the inside, that gives it a little more stability. Hopefully. I don't know if this is going to work, so hopefully. And it can sit on it like these are sitting on the basket. Hopefully. This is a trial and error, y'all. Alright, so I got to figure out where I want it to sit. So I'm going to take the tape measure so we can have it somewhat even. So I'm just going to go from the very top of my basket. And I'm going to go up about, let's say right about 10 inches. Just going to put it right about here. honestly. I might add 2 to each side. To each balloon stick. And point the head in opposite directions, if that makes sense. Like maybe the inside can sit on one and the outside can sit on the other. I am planning on putting ribbon right here coming down a little bit, the curly ribbon, so that might be, well, that one got going. That might be a way of covering up these zip ties. Alright, so I'm gonna go all the way around. Just sit it on the top of the rim of the basket. And I try to pull it pretty tight so that it don't slip. And I may put a dab of glue underneath that bottom zip tie on each side to keep it from slipping, like on the inside part, so that it can't be seen. And I may be wasting my time, y'all. This may not even work. But I gotta try, because I got to figure out a way of attaching that regardless. It's got to be done. Sadie. Stop. Sorry, y'all. That was my dog underneath there. One of them. She's a little Dotson mix. I don't know what she's mixed with, but she's a Dotson mix. And then I've got a huge Siberian Husky Shepherd mix, and I mean, she's huge. She's solid white, and she weighs about 116 pounds. And you talking about hair? She's got hair for days. She's my baby. She's older, so she don't get into nothing. She lays around and sleeps all day most of the time. All right, one more. This supposedly shortened video has turned out to be a pretty good long video, hasn't it? I apologize. I really do apologize. All right, so I'm gonna take the glue gun and I'm just gonna put up a little bit of glue. Like I said, this will be covered by the curling ribbon. I'm not going to add a ton. Just hopefully enough to keep it from moving. Even added a little bit on top of the bottom zip tie as a little bit of maybe like a grip for that liner to sit on. You know, because when glue dries, it's a little different. It's not as slick, so maybe to keep it from sliding as well. Alright. Trying to get some of these glue strings that like to fly around everywhere.